to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got...
Kyle McIntyre.
Oh, returning champion here. The champion here. Last week was a lot of fun with Aaron. It was a really cool episode. Got some good feedback. But, you know, we always miss you, Kyle.
Oh, thank you.
We always miss you. It's basically like I text you. I'm like, hey, I'm going to have this guest on. You know, you cool with missing a week? Yes.
I respond instantly.
I didn't even send it yet.
Whatever you're gonna say, yes.
Yeah, but
yes, 1,000 times yes.
Yeah. Yes, 1,000.
It's like from like a line from The Notebook or something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. But Kyle, what's new in your world?
Yeah.
What's shaking? What's grooving? It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
How's it hanging?
It's good. I mean, weather here has been pretty nuts.
Is it getting hot?
Yeah, it's like in the 90s still. It's not. It hasn't gotten like into hundreds or anything. Not yet.
Yeah,
but it will.
You're batting down the hatches.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like super crazy thunderstorms, like just gnarly. And then like rain just comes out of nowhere. So my sister and I, we went to New Braunfels, which is like it's about like an hour drive from here. It's like south.
Yeah.
So it's like closer to San Antonio.
The dirty South.
Yeah, it's just another hour south. Oh man, you can get more south than you're at now. Actually, Texas goes so far south.
Yeah,
it's like super far south. Which like to get to like the very tip of like the Texas, like very end, is still like 6.5 or 7 hours from where we're at now.
Man, Jesus Christ.
It's so far.
These states are too fucking big. California and Texas. I drove for like 9.5 hours to get, home from my sister's. And I'm like, there's still more California to go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck,
you
man.
You and I live in the biggest like contiguous states. So it's kind of funny. It's like,
yeah,
Texas, you can drive a whole day across and still be driving. You're like, God damn,
I'm not
even
even
hit Louisiana yet.
Yeah, it was like, just to get Sacramento because I was up there and it was getting to like the hundreds or whatever. It was like the week or whatever that it was like hot in fucking Seattle and Oregon or whatever, like hitting hundreds or whatever. And then I was like, man, I'm like in Sacramento, and I'm like, dude, it's like 100.
No one talks about Sacramento.
It was like 100 something or whatever, and I look at it because that's normal, it gets like that. And I look at like, oh man, everybody's talking about hot weather or whatever. I'm like, what's San Diego doing? I'm like, oh, they're 71. Oh, it got hot to 72.
You don't know what you got.
72 because I was talking to Adam the other day. We were recording. I'm like, oh man, when I was in Sacramento, it was hot as fuck. He's like, no, dude, it was sick. Here, it was awesome. He's like, no, dude, it was great. he
makes you feel so much better.
He lives in OB. He's like, dude, it's awesome. He's like, it's like fucking smoke a bowl right next to the beach is awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So it's crazy weather, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, it'll just go to like super heavy torrential rain where it feels like everything's gonna wash away.
Yeah.
But we're in New Braunfels, and like you couldn't even see the road because it's like so much water was moving across it. Like, you couldn't see the center line.
Like, was it a fucking aquarium I'm driving through?
Yeah, it felt like fish going across the road and stuff. But we went to the snake farm down there, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
Because we were going to go and like do stuff outside, like swim and do that stuff. But it's like, you don't really want to be swimming. It's kind of like, I mean, for me, I'm thinking like in California, you don't want to be swimming in the ocean when there's a storm because everything that's like on the ground gets washed out to sea.
Yeah.
So then you have like sewers to overflow and stuff like that. So you'd be swimming in like human waste.
Shit water. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm thinking here. I'm like, I don't really want to go into the river.
Yeah.
And see some turds floating by. So
I love this city.
Damn, that's still such a good bit.
It's so great to say that. When you got the fucking donut taco place or whatever you found, or I love this city.
Yeah. Donut taco or taco donut palace.
Yeah,
like, what?
This place was made.
Is that even legal?
The king of Austin, Texas, the young king of Austin, Texas.
This is why I came here.
Yeah. Anyways, so you a snake farm, huh? Or are you just going to like? Are you gonna get a snake?
No. It's just like a tourist attraction.
Oh, you don't go buy snakes.
No. It's like a zoo. It's like a small zoo.
Okay.
So it's like it's part of legend. It's part of like rock legend actually, because like Alice Cooper used to, when he toured through there, he'd stop there and that kind of stuff. And
you're like Alice Cooper, and yeah. Anyways,
that's it.
That's it.
But it turns out, so Johnny always talks about this place, by the way.
Uh-huh.
I think he might have talked about it on an episode, maybe a Patreon episode or something. He's talked about a lot of stuff, so it's kind of hard for me to keep track. And when I say a lot of stuff, I mean a lot of stuff. He talks. There's Johnny Walker, and then there's Johnny Talker.
Yeah, there you go.
So he has a close connection with this place actually too.
Mm-hmm.
His cousin actually owns it.
Mm.
So they bought it, when it was up for sale, I think like 10 or 12 years ago or something.
Buy. And buy the snake stock.
Yeah. The scales have tipped. No,
okay.
So yeah, there we go. I was thinking that's all I had. So it's not just a snake farm, right? It's like a little zoo. So there's other animals and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool to see. Like, I've never seen like a hyena, like a real hyena.
Okay.
And they had one there.
Are they? They're not that big, right?
They're bigger than like a German Shepherd.
Really? Okay, never mind. I thought they were small. I thought they were like.
No.
I'm just thinking like their size of like I don't know.
I think there's different types of hyenas, right? But this one was big, and they're gnarly looking, dude. They look like like a dog. Has like a straight back. Most of them, right?
Yeah.
They have like a straight back, and then they have like their neck and then their head, right? These things have short back legs that go up, like it goes up to their taller shoulders. Like think of like a ramp, right?
Yeah.
It gets to their shoulders, and then it keeps going up to their head, and their neck is like, I don't know, like a fucking like telephone book. They're thick.
Yeah.
Like because they have this huge bite force. Like they are gnarly.
Meant to just like fuck shit up.
Oh man, it's like something that someone made in a nightmare or something. Like they look scary.
Yeah.
You
wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to like cross paths with that thing.
No. Well, one, let alone a pack of them. Oh my gosh.
But still, try me.
Yeah.
I'll stand my ground.
Dude, So it was, when we first walked up, it was just like, it was kind of raining. So it was like inside its enclosure. And then like it heard the animals next door to it moving around.
Yeah.
And it got up, and I'm like, oh, dang. I only saw its head at first. And then I'm like, holy crap. It was like sauntering around. It was like looking like, what am I going to fuck up today?
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
That's my job today.
Yeah. But the thing was gnarly. And then they had like wolves, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
They had like two, just like regular like gray wolves, whatever they call them. But they look smaller than I would have thought, wolves to be. I thought wolves were huge, but maybe these are just smaller. I don't know, because they're in captivity.
Yeah.
But I've seen lions, and they had two lions there too, which is kind of strange to have it in, a roadside attraction to have two big ass like cats.
Very Carol Baskins kind of deal.
Yeah, they're no tigers, but they had like a
Joe Exotic. That's what it was.
Yeah, Joe Exotic.
It's like a year late with that reference.
I know. Yeah, but it was like definitely a better zoo than what he had. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But there was also like they had a jaguar and then like a leopard too. So it was like really cool to see like it was really cool to see like an all black jaguar, Usually you see just like You see him in movies, or you see like his like Discovery Channel, but it was kind of cool to see one. I'm like, whoa, like super shiny.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a bunch of gators there too, which when the thunder would go off, they would make these crazy like noise. They'd make like this super rumbly, like, I don't know, this deep bellow noise, but they were in the water. And so the water above their back, like right above their shoulder blades would like dance. It would like vibrate.
Yeah.
Like with the frequency. It was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
The snakes were kind of cool to see, but I mean, it was cooler to see the bigger animals.
Were you big on going to like the zoo in San Diego and then the wild animal park?
Yeah, I did. I like going there. I like going and seeing that stuff.
I guess I haven't gone in like over a decade.
Yeah.
But it's like the one in San Diego is supposed to be like it's like the best, right?
Well, they always, it's like you elevate your own importance. Like world famous San Diego Zoo. It's like, okay. So is it just now everyone has to think you're like world famous, or is it like?
Well, but they also
really
don't say that about the Los Angeles one.
Yeah,
which is probably a bigger city than San Diego.
Yeah, it's definitely bigger.
And
we're talking about the animals, though.
I know, but I'm like, oh, I mean, is it the good one? A lot of things in San Diego, it's like you just take for granted. Of like how like, oh, it's a great zoo. I'm like, yeah, I never fucking want to go. And then it's like, oh, downtown's pretty like poppin' and easy to go to. Also, you could go to downtown and PB in the same day. It's like, is there a beach in downtown you can go to in so many places? No. And then, but the thing is, I don't like either one. Like both of them could go to hell for me. It's like, oh man, there's the beach. Yeah, and
yeah,
that's exactly. Like, oh, you can also go hiking. Yeah, and
yeah, I mean that's probably one of the reasons why it was like easy to move out here, because it's like, well, I'm if I wanted to buy a house there, I'd be paying for the beach, because everyone wants the beach.
Yeah,
but I don't want the beach. Yeah. So, anyways, back to the snake farm.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
we didn't exhaust that one.
Yeah. No, we've had fun. I mean, they had like some pretty cool venomous snakes there, which I don't think I've ever seen a king cobra before.
Mm-hmm.
They had one. It didn't let me pet it, but
yeah,
pretty sick.
Yeah, do you do your snake charming or whatever?
Yeah, it's like a super deadly snake. It's like, come on, man. They had this little, so like they have like the petting zoo too. It's like you see like, okay, goats. So we went in there. It's like goats and like a llama. I'm like, okay, this is these are like farm animals. That's cool. Mm-hmm. And then they had this miniature cow.
Yeah.
It was like, it wasn't a calf. I mean, it was a calf technically, but it wasn't like when you see a calf, like a regular cow, like a bigger cow, they have like gangly legs. They're like super awkward looking, kind of like a puppy, how they're disproportionate to like their bodies.
Yeah. They don't really know how to move yet. Yeah,
exactly. This was like it looked like a scaled down adult cow.
Yeah, they just took the percentage of the corner on Photoshop, just brought it.
Yeah. You grab the corner, don't grab the sides because it's gonna get squashed.
Yeah.
No, on MS Paint, you just gotta drag it.
Yeah. So what did you do? Tip it over?
No.
So man, you just push them, and then what? They fall over.
Like a month. It's like a month old. This little.
You're a grown man at a petting zoo, and you tip over a baby cow.
Yeah,
and you're a 33-year-old man with your adult sister at a petting zoo, and you fucking just tip over a cow.
Paid money to go in there,
and then you're like, go, 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 go.
Like they don't have my credit card information.
But you just move to another exhibit. You don't leave the place.
So it was a little cute cow, basically.
You tip it over anyways. Fuck.
That's pretty funny. I didn't think of that. Probably because I'm not an asshole.
And then the security guards are like, sir, can I talk to you outside? They're like, sure. And he goes outside. He's like, yeah, so blah, 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 blah. He starts blapping. It doesn't even talk to you.
Dang. Yeah. So anyways, that was since it was like a day ruined, basically we went there and that was actually kind of cool. And then I think I talked about it on last Patreon episode, but I got some boots that I am super stoked on.
Mm-hmm.
Got basically the same thing that you have.
Yeah. The black
Red Wing.
Black Iron Rangers. Yeah.
Yep.
I like it.
They presented me with an offer I couldn't refuse at the Red Wing store. MSRP.
Which is more than you should pay.
Yeah, they are super expensive, but
they're great.
But
they're like the best looking shoes that I have. And I get compliments every time I wear them. They're like, "Oh, those look great." They look like basic boots.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they are.
They look like how a boot should, and they're not like.
It sounds like this is not sponsored by Red Wing. Kyle and I have paid our full price for these boots, and I like them.
Yeah, they're great. So like you said, I got the black ones. Did you get the leather insole?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got those too. And every time he asked if I wanted something, I was like, yes. He's like, do you want the brown laces, like the brown and black laces? I'm like, yes.
No, I got the black laces.
Yeah, I have the black that came with it, but I'm like, well, I'm wearing brown pants. I'm gonna tie it all together.
Yeah.
So, perfect.
And
then he's like, do you want the oil to clean it? I'm like, yeah.
I didn't wear any insoles to like soften it. I just wore the leather, and it took me a while to break them in, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah. So I don't have a big problem actually with them. Like they don't hurt, and I've worn them for like 3 or 4 days straight.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't had any problems. A little rigid, but nothing like where at the end of the day you're like, oh god.
Yeah, no, it was tough for me because I think I went from just Nike running shoes, which are like air and super comfy, to those.
Yeah,
and that was a difference.
Yeah, I pretty much only wear boots, so.
And if they say like, "Oh yeah, Red Wings are they're not more comfortable than nothing, and they're not more comfortable than Nikes."
Yeah,
I'll tell you that much. But they're cooler. They're way. You can wear those with almost anything except for shorts or basketball shorts.
Oh yeah. Well, you can't. You can wear them with some Wranglers. I bet they'd look sick with some fucking Wranglers.
Maybe, or even if you're gonna wear
Wrangler
like
shorts,
basketball shorts, or like Adidas track pants, you could wear them. But it just does. It's not the look. But I'm saying if you're gonna, be casual or dressed up or whatever, they're great.
Yeah. No, definitely.
But I wear them for work, and then people are like, "Ooh, those are great." I'm like, "Yep, they're black boots."
Yeah. No, they're like the standard. I think they're like a standard boot.
Mm-hmm.
They're not flashy at all.
Yeah.
They have like just the toe cover.
Yeah, it's a good buy for sure.
Hell yeah. I mean, I guess that's my what's new. What do you got? I know you got a lot.
Let's see. I did. Dude, I bucked loose and bought a lot of shit.
Really?
Okay, so I don't think I mentioned it, but I did buy a new mic for my camera. I think it's called Deity or Deity.
Deity, probably.
Maybe Deity is the brand. And it's like a similar like form factor of that Rode mic. If you remember, I would have that on my camera.
Yeah.
This is the one. It has that dead cat on it. So it's like that, maybe just a little bit bigger because it has 2 mics on it. So
interesting.
It's a 2-way mic.
Forward and back on the mic, or is it more of like?
Yep, forward and back.
Nice. So you can talk.
Yep.
Sorry, you keep going.
Yeah, exactly. You can capture what's in front of the camera and what's behind it. And that's what I used for the studio tour videos that I'm going to start doing. I already started with Aaron's. So he did his van studio tour. And it's cool because I'm able to capture what I'm saying if I'm interviewing the person, and then what's in front of it. And it actually does a really good job of capturing the audio in a really clean way. There's a couple parts where I'm like, I didn't mind my levels and I peaked a little bit, but I think I can just cut that out or fix it. Or there'll be like a couple clips. I'm like, fuck it, whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm super stoked on it. It was a great buy. And I think one thing I was thinking about how to do these videos in an easy way without getting like, buy a wireless, get this and do all I'm like, dude, no. I want to make it easy, make it, good or whatever, but still sound good.
Yeah.
So I got that and I'm pretty stoked on it. And it was like maybe $60. So,
All right. That's not bad.
yeah. And it's cool because it splits. It's a stereo channel, but it's one mic. One of the channels left is the front and right is the back.
Interesting.
So I can bring that into Pro Tools and split it into separate channels and then mix it back down to a stereo wave.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very cool. So that was one thing that I bought. It's a useful thing, right? It was a good buy.
Yeah. That's not too bad too.
Yeah. And then I bought another thing because I think last week I talked about my getting the Dark Glass B7K Ultra pedal to give you your pedals back. I'm going to send those back to you so you can actually use your pedals. I was like, okay, I did like the setup that you had, but I'm like, okay, there's other things I want to try. B7K Ultra, and then also I do like having a compressor. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Sending you back the Serpents.
Dang.
And so I'm like, okay, what am I going to get? And I decided to buy something else, again, that I really didn't need, because I guess I could have just kept the Serpents and borrowed it. I'm sure you would have been fine with it, but, well, might as well give you your stuff back and an excuse to buy something I wanted.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I bought an MXR Dynacomp bass mini pedal. So
oh yeah,
it is awesome. It's the mini bass pedal. Like it has, the clean blend, sensitivity, tone, output, and it has the attack button. It's really 4 knobs and a button. Super easy. And that is going to round out my bass pedal board that I'm going to build. And it's going to be, I think we talked about it on the Patreon and stuff like that, about like, getting crazy bass board going and making it maybe a junior size or bigger and adding pedals and ideas to try all this crazy stuff. But I'm like, no, I'm keeping it simple. And I'm going to have it, a Polytune mini going into the MXR bass comp mini going into the B7K. That's the signal.
Nice.
And the other 2 pedals on my board are going to be the chronograph from DS Guitar Engineering, because I like the idea of having a clock. And then the other one is going to be the, what is it? The Bright Switch USB pedal that I have from, I think, Rock Pedals or Rock Stock or whatever the hell it was. Anyways, I feel bad that I don't remember the name of it, but it's called the Bright Switch. It has 2 USB ports on it. One could be for a light, and the other one could just be for charging. I just like the idea of having always carrying an iPhone charger or iPhone cable in case I do need to charge. Because you can have the ones you're running around all day and then you have a show, and I'm like, damn, I don't have a fucking charger for my phone, so I'd charge it while I'm playing or something.
Yeah,
it's a very much of a what if. And hopefully you never need it type of pedal. But I'm like, that's my board. Nothing else. I don't need a chorus. Don't need a reverb. Nothing. And then I'm excited. So again, I haven't tried either one of these with bass yet because I don't have my basses yet. I'll get them tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm assuming they sound great. But
they should. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
But
oh man, I'm so excited to get that going. Get my bass back.
The Dynacomp's brand new, right?
It is, yeah. It's the bass comp, the bass Dynacomp.
Yeah, it's the white.
Mm-hmm.
It's the white one. It's the M282.
Yeah, so it's mainly just that
versus the M291,
which is the the red one. It's not the red one. It's not the full size one.
It's not the blue one.
Mm-hmm. So I'm excited, and I like the idea of just having a simple bass pedal board, nothing else, and that's kind of what your setup was too. But you had another drive pedal because that was maybe to kick the SansAmp a little bit more. But
which probably doesn't need it. But
with the B7K, it has more than enough gain for anyone.
Yeah,
probably more than enough gain for my band, just in case.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna kick that drive on, and then Brian and Adam were like, "Okay."
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they were not really stoked on Drive, right?
They don't like it as dirty as I like it.
Yeah.
So whatever. I'll keep like it maybe more reserved, but some days I may just like fuck it.
I had a bad day today.
I'm going
I want the Drive. I want all the Drive. I don't know why I sound like Bill Clinton.
I want that roller backpack.
Man, I'm gonna need all the Drive you got.
I need the roller backpack.
With all the slippery MXR pedals in there.
You're gonna slippery drives. Yeah. So I got one more thing that I bought and then I'm gonna say something that I kind of even it out because not quite, but I sold something. So I did buy some ones and zeros.
Okay.
I bought some UAD plugins. They got me. They got me with the sale. They got
they got me.
they got me with like the half year sale, which is like,
Mama, they got me.
they got me. But it was like I'm like, why? Like it's just any excuse to have a sale.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, the year's half done. Let's do a sale.
Yeah.
And then
well, it's Friday, so
and
you guys want some stuff?
It went on all month for June.
Oh.
So I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, okay, what's the last paycheck of that month? I'm gonna get it. And I got it was like you can get
you have your green hat on, your accountant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait,
so
literally from the mask.
The mask. I didn't need to get this, but I'm actually glad I did because they're awesome. So I got the fucking buy 3 get 1 for like $3.99.
Jeez.
But they're awesome, okay?
Okay. Jesus.
I bought a lot of compressors because I'm like, as I'm recording more and more and mixing, compressors are awesome. When you're playing guitar and stuff like that, compressors are boring.
Yeah.
Such a boring thing. But when you're actually mixing and like creating a song and trying to get it to fit right or whatever,
it makes a huge difference.
Oh, totally. Like it's almost like you want to go crazy and put one on every track.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I do, at least with.
Yeah. And then, but it's like you got to also think a little bit differently because also, for me, at least I have a limitation with some of my processing. And not big boy, what, 16 core or 80 core or whatever.
It's 87 cores. Yeah, it's odd number.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Whatever. You don't even know about it.
There's an extra one just in case one of the cores doesn't work.
Yeah,
so.
if you had to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah.
So, but the LA2A plugin that they have, the 1176 plugin collection that they have, and the distressor. So yeah, because I'm like, that is one. I'm like,
that's the one.
Yeah, they use that for snare, for kick, for bass, and I'm like, I gotta just
vocals,
get it.
Don't they use it for vocals too, or no?
A lot of times, yeah.
They use it for the whole track. Actually, I thought the whole track processing.
Mm-hmm. So I know Jeff Forrest. So when we would
the mastering, I should say,
he didn't do it for mastering, but he would have a separate distressor for always running snare and one for always kick. It's basically they always ran through it. He even recorded through it. You know, he printed the track using already compressed. You know, because they're just it's the one. And then
it's the GOAT.
And then for my free plugin, I got the Avalon Tube Mic Pre plugin because I'm like, okay. And they're all great, and they come with included, not free, with the Apollo Universal Audio stuff, with a version of the LA2A and with a version of the 1176 compressor, but they're not
limited or something.
Yeah, they're not. People say like they're not as good, and they're like limited in the features. So I'm like,
okay. And
people say like you could get away with it and it would be fine, and it actually is great. It's fine. But I was just always like, I'm just like, well, there's something better, so I might as well just I kind of spent money I didn't need to. But I'm using it and it's awesome. I was just fucking around and mixing some of the plain tracks that we've done so far. And I want it like just on vocals. I'm like, man, they sound so great.
Nice.
I was doing like Shady Nasty or whatever. I'm like, Dude, that sounds so goddamn good. Which is the idea is to use 2 compressors on vocals. I was like, I've heard this a bunch of times, and which is famously the LA2A and the 1176, because the 1176 is a solid state compressor, and the LA2A is a tube compressor, and the tube one is a slow acting, whereas the 1176 is a fast acting. So your kind of peak resonant or whatever of your whatever vocal take will get missed by the LA2A, but it'll be a smooth compression. Whereas the 1176 can grab that peak and then quick, and then you combine the two to where both of them aren't doing such a huge job, to be super fake and like squashed.
Okay, what's a compressor? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, so and I'm almost right there actually. But it's fun. It was money I don't regret spending because I'm using it already. I can see a difference, and the more I, find exactly, yeah. I'm like, dude, this is just sounding better. It might just be like I
should get a mic pre plug-in. I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
What should I get for the Sennheiser? The one I have.
I get Waves. Get some Wave stuff. Their shit is like it's like $30.
Yeah. All right. I'll look and see because I'm sure I could really use it because I've recorded stuff and it sounds a little dull. You know?
Waves always has sales.
Yeah.
I
can going on right now.
I can send you the list of stuff that I have from them. But I mean, you would just use the SM7, right?
Yeah. I'd use the SM7, but I think I'd still need a preamp on there, right?
Yeah. Use the SM7 and just go.
It seems a little dark, like the recording seems a little like.
Yeah, you probably don't need a preamp to record with, but you would need a preamp and post.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I would look at some Waves plugins.
All right,
their shit's really good actually for how
cheap it is.
Yeah, and
they just crank it out.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah,
we should get sponsored by them.
Yeah,
let's just do that.
So
I finally picked a company. I thought we were gonna do Monster or like DC shoes or like soaps, but
soaps.
I think we're gonna go with Waves.
Waves plugins. That would suck because I pretty much already bought all the ones that I like. Because you could buy them like every paycheck. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy like 1 or 2. I'm like, okay,
yeah, spend $30,
and then they give you 2 for free. I'm like, okay, well, fuck, I'm just gonna pick them out, and then you just do that every couple weeks, and then you're like, oh shit, I have everything that I need.
Yeah, dang.
But
maybe I need to run with compression on my vocals too, because I don't think I have on some of the songs I've done, just like as like a test bed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I did compression.
Yeah, compression and EQ are gonna be a big thing for you.
Yeah. Because I have such a deep, sultry voice, you have to keep that under control.
And then, I mean, depending on the noise of your room and how you record.
Yeah, well, I haven't done anything in this room here.
Gate maybe would help.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Slightly on to, or I could try recording in like the closet too.
Yeah, around a bunch of coats and stuff like that. I mean, I recording in the small room in the carpet really helps. Then I kind of was recording with Adam the other day. I'm like kind of stuck him in the corner with like the blanket on the ceiling and stuff like that. Kind of helped. And I heard almost no
blanket on the ceiling.
Yeah,
cold seltzer on ice.
Yeah, I heard almost no reflections. It was okay. I do have one of these like those like little foam. Like wraparound things, you know what the thing that I don't know what the hell it is. A Prime Acoustic, I think, is the name of the company. Like,
sure,
I heard those do.
I believe you.
I heard they do nothing, but I'm gonna believe that it does.
They just make you look stupid, actually.
Nah, well, it was somebody like it was like a recording booth engineer or something like that. I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel. It's a guy who does professional voiceovers. He was saying these things do nothing. He's like, you're going to get reflections behind you, not in front of you.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Then put it on the back of your head. Okay?
I spent fucking $100 goddamn dollars on that thing, I think. Back like 10 years ago.
Yeah, so inflation, you probably spent $200.
I probably have $1,000, fucking million.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I bought all those things, right?
Yeah.
No regrets on any of them. They're all awesome. Maybe you would think of the UAD plugins, but I don't think they're a regret. They're awesome. I sold something today. Partially why I was a little late to record today. Sorry.
Yeah, what gives, dude? I waited here for like 5 minutes.
Twiddling your thumbs faster and faster. Like you're having a thumb war with yourself. And then I sold the OC DP kit.
Oh.
The white Thunder kit, the white lightning kit is gone.
White lightning.
Yep. It's gone. I
Quicksilver.
Mm-hmm. I took
dang.
It was one of the fastest, easiest things that I've sold in a while. And I think maybe I priced it a little too low.
Yeah.
Because today I was getting like 10 to 15 offers after I've already decided to meet somebody up. And I was like, oh, I'll follow up with you, and a lot of people were going to pay my full price. All of them. Like some were like, oh, can I give you $80? I'm like, yeah, can you fuck off? But anyway, so sold that kit. I remember buying it from an old drummer.
Mike?
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah. Mike Wood.
Mike Wood. He was moving and he didn't need it. He didn't want it. And so he sold it to me with like some stands and some cymbals. He's like, I think it was really cheap. It must have been like $150 or $200
for everything.
Yeah, it was a good deal.
Oh my gosh!
Because he was just like, I don't want to take this, and
don't want it. Need it to go. I don't need the money. Just
And I didn't need it either.
I just needed to get some, Little Caesars on the way home.
Yeah, it's like I need some pizzas for the kids. And
he's got like 7 kids now or something.
He's got a whole tribe over there. So I sold that, and I think I made $250. That was not like, it's not going to break, it's not going to make my like life, but I'm like, I like the idea that I got money and something I haven't used in over a year, and I don't see myself using, or the band or anything.
For $200, dude, $250.
Yeah, I like that.
Dang.
Yeah, I probably should have put it for $300.
That's still like cheap in my opinion.
Yeah, but it was only the shells. That's all I sold it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. And it was super easy. I met the guy at 24 Hour Fitness parking lot, and then boom, here's cash. Thanks.
Then you went and pumped.
Yeah. No, I should have.
No, I didn't.
I came back here to drink Trulies and talk to you.
Bathroom.
And talk to you. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I was like,
oh, it's my fault.
No. I was like,
okay.
I won. So I'm like, I'm getting Trulies. And I'm going to talk to my buddy. It's a win. And turned today into a W. But it's cool. I'm like letting go of some things because I don't need it. I'm like, why am I holding on to this? And I was going through just because I have all the drums in kind of a corner. I'm like, and I was going through. I'm like, I had like a ton of just mismatched and broken drumsticks because of like
what?
Because it was just like, oh, they weren't broken, but they were like kind of like where they're chipping a little bit.
Chewed
like,
up, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I should keep this. I'm like, no. The fuck am I? And I threw a bunch of shit away.
On fire.
And I had like drum parts. And I'm like, and they're like things that were not missed. I'm like, why? And I threw a bunch of it away because I'm like, I can't even get rid of this. So I'm like,
well, you throw that. You sold that snare already, right?
Yeah, no, I sold that a while ago. And I sold a kick drum pedal. I have a hi-hat stand. I'm
giving away for free.
I'm probably going to sell the hi-hat stand separately because it's a DW 5000, which is nice. Yeah, it's got the
Look, this isn't a drummer podcast. No one knows what you're talking about.
Well, it's a really nice a hi-hat stand.
It's $5,000. That's what the 5,000.
No, there's the 9,000, which is the nicer, and then there's the 5,000, which is still good, but it's not as smooth. And with a DW, they got to the 9,000 series, and it was almost like you basically like bat an eyelash and then it kicks for you. Whereas the 5,000 was a little bit more, people for punk liked it because it was a little more resistance.
Yeah. That's very funny.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So
double bass, just flicking your eyes around.
yeah, it's going nuts. So I'm just selling stuff, man. I guess it was like I'm definitely was. I think I'm fucking idiot because I'm super like I can watch something and be like, yeah, I believe that. That makes sense to me. When I with Aaron, he told me a couple documentaries to watch, and there was like Without Bound and the Minimalism or whatever documentary, just like about like having less stuff. I'm like, dude, if I'm not using it, I should get rid of it. And I'm like,
that's me, bro.
Exactly. I'm like, dude, I should do that. And I'm like, looking at like my guitars and pedals. I'm like, I should sell these. I should get rid of them. But I was like, okay, guitars. I think I'm maybe down to what I want. Like, I think I have the least amount. I could probably get rid of that Jazzmaster. I'm still debating, but for pedals, I think I've already kind of fucking sold most of the ones that I could get rid of.
Yeah.
And then, but that drum set was the one I'm like, why am I holding on to this?
Yeah, and that's a lot of room it takes up too.
But so I'm like, okay, got rid of it. I'm happy. I have no regrets. So just slowly getting rid of stuff because I do like the idea of just like not holding on to things I'm not using. And I'm looking at a couple things that I have that I'm like, oh, eventually I want to pare it down. Like 2 things can pare down to 1, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm like, oh, I have the Axe 8 and the HX Stomp. I could probably sell both and get the FM3.
Sounds like you should.
I think you even said like, I think you're going to do that. I'm like, no, I'm not going to. And now I'm like, yeah, maybe I should. And then the 2 Notes Cab M and the Torpedo Captor, they have the new Captor X, which is both of those combined.
How much is that?
It would be, I think like, I don't remember, $4.99 or $5.99.
Dang.
But I would sell both of those that I have to get the one because I'm like, why do I need 2 things?
Oh, $5.99. Holy mackerel.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, sell the Cab M and the Captor that I have.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if I need something like that.
Well, you need an amp first.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't need that. I'm good. Oh yeah, never mind. I was gonna try and turn that away from me. Oh yeah, I don't need that. Duh. What am I doing?
You need to buy. You need to have.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why you would suggest that, Brian. That's so stupid of you.
You need a tube.
It's insecure. I am.
You need a tube amp first, and then you can get that.
Dang.
So you justify it like, oh yeah, Brian, you don't think I need this? Guess what I got? 100-watt JCM 800 from 1984.
Yeah. The GOAT.
I don't even know if it made them.
I bought that Sun amp that your friend's trying to sell me.
Oh yeah.
For $800.
Yeah.
Yeah. It casually drops that. Hey, I hear you're in Austin. You want to buy an $800 amp?
Yeah. A friend, I think Sundere Industry.
Yeah.
Services is the Instagram or whatever. He used to be like more like metal and music based Instagram, but he kind of just moved to just straight up like anime or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's a cool guy. He was talking.
Yeah, I'm not knocking that. It was just that was the icebreaker in one sentence.
Oh no, because it was funny because I'm like I was talking with him. He's like, oh dude, he's like, I heard one of you guys moved to Austin. He's like, did you move? I'm like, no, it wasn't me. It was Kyle. I was like, oh sick, dude. Does he like anime? I was like, no. And then he was probably pissed. He just stopped.
The light in his eyes just died.
He just stopped responding. I'm like, he watched Sword Art Online. He liked it, and that was it.
Yeah. He likes cartoons, kind of. Not Animaniacs though.
He likes like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Anyways, so along what's new. I think we both had a lot of catching up to do. So yeah. I don't know. I'm glad I'm buying stuff, but I'm also glad I'm selling stuff. So
yeah.
All right, we got some topics to do. So Kyle, this is one. It's just a loose one. I think you were kind of mentioning.
That's how all mine are. They're just like wild. Wow. No, they're not wild at all.
I got this idea, man. What do you think about it?
Yeah. So basically the idea is, well, if you were to buy a guitar, let's say you had a hankering to fill a void, right? Are you going to go with, and this is for Fender, right? So you're going to go with a Mexican Fender, right? And then apply your upgrades, right? The certain things that you want, tuning stability or,
pickups,
go through that kind of stuff. or you're gonna go with an American and do no upgrades.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, because you were texting this, and I'm like, it's kind of the idea of like with a Mexican vendor, you kind of almost know you're going to upgrade some things on it.
Yeah,
it could be the same for like a Squire too. Like even though the Squires, like the classic series or whatever, are really good, you're probably gonna be like,
exactly. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to upgrade some things.
Just because it's like $200 cheaper than the Mexican,
or even the Mexican's cheaper than the American. But for American, you're kind of thinking like, I'm not gonna need to upgrade.
I don't have to upgrade anything.
Shit on this, right?
If I spend $1,000, I shouldn't have to upgrade anything.
Yeah,
right?
or $1,200 or $1,500 or whatever they are new, even.
Yeah, exactly. New. Yeah, I guess if we're talking new here.
So, yeah,
I don't know. So,
and this is kind of a thing because I'm like, we've both done it.
Yeah, we've done multiple. And I mean, I'm sure that I think you've had guitars that you've done over twice, right? Like you've changed out pickups multiple times.
Oh yeah.
So you've spent more money on. I mean, but you've sold those pickups or gotten rid of stuff, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever. But I guess with the Mexican. So what would you do? Let's say you got a Mexican Strat or maybe Telly, whatever. What are you going to upgrade on that? And what's the brand? What are you doing?
It's going to be the tuners for sure. So it's not really tuning stability, but it's going to just be
ease of use.
Yeah, changing strings and stuff like that. It's hard for me to use regular tuners anymore. I have like the vintage ones or whatever on my Jazzmaster, and boy, it fucking sucks dick.
Yeah.
To change strings. It's like oh my god, and on my Taylor, oh, that sucks. I'm none too pleased to do a string change on that acoustic.
They don't do locking tuners for basses, right?
I think so, but they're kind of
you don't really usually need it.
Yeah, but whether it's a Strat or a Telly or something like that, it would be the tuners. I would just get the Shaler ones or whatever.
Yeah,
and then I would definitely, because this does affect tuning stability, I would get a new nut. I would get a bone nut cut.
Nut.
The button nut. You get a new Mexican Strat nut. I would do that for sure, and then probably
bridge. What are you thinking?
Pickups for sure. I don't know why. It's just a stigma in my head. I would be like, why play the stock Mexican ones when I could get sonic pickups?
Yeah,
like whether it's a Telly or a Strat, I'm like, just get Mike to make pickups. They're going to be better.
Dang. So we're talking, $100, $200, $400, maybe more.
Maybe. Yeah, but it wouldn't be all at once.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I would do. And then depending on where we are, probably a harness and stuff like that from Gun Street. And this is all shit that I have on my other guitars. And that's probably why I think like it. Like I think like I need it is when I.
So we're talking like $500 and up on a $400 guitar.
But you could probably get them for like $300 or $250 if you're looking right.
Maybe if you're lucky. People are holding on to their stuff.
I want a fucked up one.
Yeah.
Or even if you got like, to knock it down to Squire. Yeah, I could get, was it RJ just sold his nice classic Telly for like $350. Yeah, you can probably, nice. I probably would have knocked his ass down to $300. Then put $400 upgrades. Boom, you got a fucking killer guitar.
Yeah.
Not that even it was bad or needed it, but I'm like, yeah, I'd want it.
Yeah. Let's see.
What would you do? I mean, I would probably go Mexican. But yeah, anyways, go. What about you?
I'd probably hold off on doing pickups. I would kind of play it and see, I'd give it some time to see if it's something that, you can actually make sound better or,
Yeah, even though, I guess, yeah, those are, I listed everything, but I'm like, it wouldn't be at once. It'd be tuners and nut first. Nut. And obviously, either me set it up or have someone set it up.
Yeah, so I would do tuners definitely, and I'd probably do Graphtec saddles.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well just do that.
They're great, yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess if it was a hardtail like a Telly, I'd probably change that out to you. I'd probably just go with a full on, like a Graphtec, setup.
Yeah.
And I'd do a Gun Street. So right off the bat, I would do that, and then play. I probably wouldn't change the nut out.
Yeah.
Just kind of see how it goes, and then if it is giving problems, then change it.
I think because, I don't know, because I have it on almost all my guitars but my SG, but the SG has an Evertune. I've done a bone nut. I don't hear anything from like a sound perspective. Like, it's going to be better for sound. I'm like, no, it's just like the tuning stability is a lot better. But you have a properly cut nut. It's going to get, that's going to already old. When you have a properly,
not for me, keep going.
Properly cut nut, I'm like, oh dude, it makes a hell of a difference with tuning stability, even on basses.
Yeah.
So I totally think it's worth it. You can totally go Graphtec too, but I just like the idea of like, a bone nut cut specifically for the strings that you're going to use.
Bone nut.
Yeah. God damn it. All I hear in my head is just Scoop from Tasteless Gentleman going nut.
All right, so let's say, okay, well, what kind of Mexican guitar would you get then? Let's say to fill the void, would it be a Tele? Since you don't have one?
That's what I'm thinking now. I've been getting trade offers. A trade offer. No, I've got a couple. Like one that's okay, and one that's really.
I had a couple Studers.
One that's like really like, dude, we should meet up so I can slap the shit out of you. One guy offered me an Gibson SG standard trade for my 8030.
Jeez.
And I kind of think, I'm like, I probably should. I wonder if that would be a good idea.
Well, you bought that for $600 or $700?
$700. And
so that's a $500 guitar, maybe $400.
No, you can get like 800, 900.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, for Gibson SG standard.
Okay.
It's the one with the 2 pickups and like the pick guard and
yeah. All right.
Black or cherry red, whatever. They're fine.
Faded reds, like everyone's got one.
Yeah, and I'm like thinking, yeah, that would be fine. I wouldn't want to keep it because what the fuck do I need another SG for? But
exactly,
it would be. I could sell that easier. I would assume,
Yeah.
And even RJ had mentioned like, oh, you get a nice guitar and some money or whatever, or a guitar and some money, and then just sell the guitar on Reverb. It'd be easier to ship that,
Yeah, and obviously guitars are more universal than amps, right? Because people are so about jazz chorus. That's my only amp. That's the one. Oh.
I don't know anybody who would say that, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I see it all the time in all these groups.
Yeah,
this is the best amp ever, except it can't handle any
drive
gain at all.
Yeah.
It explodes if it has any gain. So clean all the way.
Yeah.
So I keep doing like a hybrid Bill Clinton voice.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
You're putting your own stank
That's
on
the best jazz chorus ever.
Yeah. I'm gonna play some sax on it.
Some ass chorus, if you know what I mean.
Ass chorus. Yeah. Some ass chorus.
So stupid.
That's fucking dumb. But yeah, I don't know.
Heavy bottoms, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh damn.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah.
So you would, we kind of going off track here, but so you would take a Tele.
I'd probably do a Tele because I think I don't have one and I haven't owned one in a while, and it's such a unique sound.
Yeah.
So probably a Tele, and I would just keep it with the classic Tele pickups. I would want single coils. So I wouldn't be like, oh, we might get a Tele and put fucking 3 humbuckers in it.
You could probably put 4 in there, actually.
Yeah. No, you idiot.
You gotta cut away some frets though.
Yeah. So that's probably what I would do. And the thing is, I'd probably do, I don't know. I'm like, this is where I'm killing your bit because I would like to get an American and put the upgrades on it.
Well, okay. That's
where I would go. I would get an American and put the upgrades.
The same, yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. If you could only choose 2 upgrades, of the ones you did for an American, what would it be?
Probably the tuners and nuts. That's what exactly. That's what I would do.
All right, that's what I figured you'd do.
I'm telling you about like I'm poking holes in your bit because like I have a Mexican P bass and an American jazz bass, and I have done almost the same upgrades for both. Yeah. They both have bone nuts,
badass bridges.
They both they both have badass bridges with the Leo Kwan ones.
One's a 2 and one's a 3, right?
Yeah, one's a string through, and that's my jazz bass, and then the other one's just the top loaded. But they're both like
I have 2 of those bridges at home actually.
Just hanging out.
Like gold.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Yeah.
And then eBay.
Back in Sandy.
Yeah, eBay. Yeah, I had the same bridges. They both have the bone nuts. They both have Seymour Duncan quarter-pound pickups in it.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, I did the same upgrades for both.
You just copy and pasted it.
Well, the same upgrades for both. And, awesome, right? They both sound great. And I'm like, yeah. I would say like, oh, I spent more and got an American jazz bass, but I still did upgrades to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. And so it's not even just like, oh, this is great the way it is. This is great for me to do more shit to it. So it's not even just say like, you spend more for an American and you're not going to upgrade it. Like, no, I will.
Yeah, I mean, I need to get a setup on mine, right? I think I talked about it maybe on the Patreon. Set up on my American Strat. And then I need to get some strap locks because I still have the original buttons on there. It's kind of annoying. So, and then I need to get a strap too. I need to get one that like matches really well.
Get a Fender strap.
No,
with your Fender
because it's the brand, not because of the way it looks.
Your Fender Fedora.
Yeah. You should get a Squire strap, actually. The one that comes with the affinity line.
Oh shit, that'd be pretty good. Bit.
It's webbing, but it's like super small. I remember it being like super tiny for me, at least.
Yeah,
it's like a cocktail. It's a cocktail strap.
Yeah, like a cocktail dress, but yeah,
yeah, exactly.
It showed a little more skin on that one.
Yeah, show everyone. No, and I'd probably get one of those Ernie Ball Jacquard ones. Those are pretty sick.
Yeah, those are awesome. They keep coming out with new ones. I'm like, dude, I can't even keep up.
You have like way more straps than guitars.
I do. I do. And I was buying more Ernie Ball ones. I have like a brand new like blue one, a brand new like forest green because I was like, oh, this would be cool color. And then I have like purple and red. I'm like, I'm not even using any of them. They're like, I'm like, and I can't. I'm like,
I change the straps. You'd have to take the tape off.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably should change the one on my white P bass because it is the white Ernie Ball strap that is so disgusting. Dirty and gross. But I like that.
Yeah, but with cleanliness these days, no one will want to borrow your bass at a show.
Good.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Good.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's really it. I mean, I guess the upgrades I would do on the American would be, locking tuners.
Yeah.
And I think I guess the strap locks doesn't really count.
Well, I think like to kind of like even not to like step on your bit here, but even
go
just
for it.
like
I think expand on it.
Like the whole idea is both you and I are gonna upgrade whatever guitars we get.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, no matter even if they're like cheaper or more expensive, we're still gonna be like, I want this specific thing. Because it's just probably what we have in our head.
It's just your preference, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
They don't customize it, even though it's like Fender custom shop. You're still gonna customize it. Which is funny.
Which is like
spend $3,000 on a guitar and you're like, well, I need to put strap locks.
Well, yeah, and fucking the custom shop guitars that people say, it's like, I've got to get some custom shop, got to get, Fender custom shop. Like, it's not custom to you.
You can do that though, right? You can get custom made.
You can, but most people don't.
It's like you get a Ford F-150 custom. It's like they didn't like walk you down the line while they were building this, Yeah. Well, sir, how many stitches do you want in this fabric here?
Yeah. But you could always
thanks for asking.
You can always change shit out on it. It's like, I don't know if you have like,
But like, would you want to upgrade a Fender custom shop guitar? Like,
most of the time you would be stupid to.
yeah.
But I'm that stupid guy that I would.
Yeah. You would put duct tape on those, you know? You'd put the tape on the...
Hell yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
and you probably... I mean, but they put their own pickups in it still.
And then I would be like, oh, can you put mics in it?
Yeah. He'll drop them off at the shop. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. You know, just send it to Mike. He'll put pickups in for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, their custom relic jobs are all the same, though. Somehow they're able to print them. Like
no, I think they are custom. For the custom shop ones. I think you're thinking of the road worn.
You're probably right, but I'm still gonna make that noise.
Bitch, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Anyways, I got a quick one. And we're running over an hour here, but I think we got to hit this.
Oh
one.
Wow, you're right.
We got to hit this one. Okay, so this is a Bang, Marry, Kill.
Yeah.
So think of instrumentalist who is going to be in your band full time. They have to play this instrument every song. These are cool on some songs sometimes for some bands. So thinking of what you write and you record, which is probably for each of us is like going to be pop, punk rock, pop, rock, right?
Yeah.
Think of would you want a violin player in your band? Like every song? Or would you want a sax player on every song? Would you want a harmonica on every song? So the reason I say this is these are all really cool to have sometimes.
As like a featured item, or featured some of the time
on some songs. But there are some
and not even the whole song.
There's some bands where they have a full-time member that is a sax player. They have a full-time member who is a violin player. Sometimes
What if I want my band to have all three of these?
Okay.
What if this is the band?
Then you should probably stop.
Kill yourself.
Kill yourself. Okay, so Bang, Marry, Kill. So which one are you thinking? Violin, sax, harmonica.
All right, so let's say bang the harmonica.
Okay.
I guess. Marry the sax and kill the violin.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I've played violin. I'm not like really good at it now, right? I used to play it, and there are people that can be really bad at it, because it's like it's a fretless instrument, and it's kind of annoying. Even people that say they're really good, I listen to their bands. I'm like, you're out of tune. You're out of tune. So people can play, but they might not be able to play in a band. So I guess that's kind of one of my apprehensions. But violin sounds great. But I think it gets old.
I think maybe people got really, really excited because of Yellow Card and the nostalgia of Yellow Card. Because they're like,
every song's going to sound like Blues Traveler. You realize that, right?
No, not even.
Harmonica.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking. I was still going off on and hitting the violin. Okay. The poor violin players. I was still like, I'm stomping on them. I'm romping, stomping. Yeah. And then, so like everybody's it's either going to be like a super fast run of like, or like
super slow and romantic sounding.
It's like I'm like, we get it. Fuck. Yeah. It's in Yellow Card. It's okay.
Yeah, it's like some songs are
some songs that you don't.
He plays like on every song.
Used to, right? And some songs you don't notice it. But then when it comes in, you're like, "Oh, it's cool," and he does a good job.
He's doing triplets over everything.
Right. Yes. Right. And
you had to stand out for the final like jam. We get it.
I've heard bands that really have like tried to do that exact same thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Why?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's a violin on this song. I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah.
You didn't need to.
Oh, because they're a permanent member, and once we got them in the band, we had to transcribe all of our songs to have violin in it.
Or even just adding it in. It's like, fuck, man, what a weird instrument to add in. Piano.
Yeah.
Piano works. I mean, fuck, dude.
And I love stringed instruments, but I think
I like tucking them.
Really easy to overdo.
I like tucking them back for sure.
Because you go, wow, that person's working really hard to make that noise. We got to make sure that they're featured the whole time.
Yeah, it's like a full-time fucking solo.
In certain bands, yeah.
Full-time soloist.
So the saxophone, though, I think, I don't know. I used to not like those types of, like woodwinds and like brass and stuff. But now that I start making, the digital stuff I'm doing, I'm like, man, saxophone would be sick.
Yeah.
Actually. Listen to like some of those George Michael songs that have like the saxophone.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I would probably, because it's so associated with ska, kill sax.
Okay. I get that. It's gotta be tasteful though. It can't be just like
Yeah. I don't think he really listens, but I know Adam's a sax player for a couple bands, and he's good at it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sorry, Adam. Nothing personal, kid.
Yeah.
I just like I would never want a sax.
Yeah.
And then I would probably I would probably bang the violin because of how annoying it can be.
Yeah,
but also it can
way more subtle.
Yes, yeah. Like I said,
saxophone. I get it.
Tuck it back.
Yeah.
I basically give cues to the sound engineer. I'm like, on this song, just fucking turn the mic off
all the way down.
Yeah, and then I think sounds the coolest.
Really,
but you'd have to like maybe I'm just thinking of where you tuck it in. It was Green Day was a big deal. He would play it a lot.
I'd do it for
Warning was a big one.
Yeah.
But I think you could make it happen,
Yeah.
So that's just me, just assuming. So it'd be like harmonica, I guess, marry, kill, sax, and then bang the fucking violin. But maybe...
I gotcha.
Yeah, and I know we're running along, but I want to get this down. I'm going to go quick fire here. So bang, marry, kill, accordion. Same premise.
Kill.
Yeah, kill. Sorry, Weird Al. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Xylophone, bang, marry, kill.
Oh, I'd keep that. That's sick.
You had to have it on every song.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like a pluck style synth kind of. A lot of synths are based on that xylophone.
Okay, yeah. Then you could add effects and make it work.
Yeah,
I like it. You know what? You convinced me. I'm gonna bang that one.
Okay.
Banjo, kill.
I have one, so I can't turn my back on it.
Well, you can.
So I'm gonna have to.
You can
marry it and have a bunch of kids.
A bunch of banjo playing kids. And then
I love Deliverance. I love that.
And then you kill all them. You're like, you fucking annoying the shit out of me, boy.
No, banjo is pretty annoying.
Yeah,
I'd probably have to kill that one too. Can we have 2 kills?
You're like sorry, nothing personal.
Yeah.
And then the last one, a DJ.
Oh, well, if you're gonna be as big as like, Incubus, Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, then yeah, that's why you got big.
See. I mean, those other the first 2 you mentioned, fuck them. But as soon as you said Limp Bizkit, I'm like, oh shit, boom, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam.
LB,
yeah. My boy Fred Durst. My boy Fred Durst. Oh,
yeah.
I think,
yeah. So yeah,
I'm just gonna grip a Yankees fitted.
If he knew what he was doing, that guy can make that thing sing.
Yeah, so. I would probably
work wonders.
I would probably kill DJ unless it was DJ Shoney or DJ Dom King. Just the guys from Tasteless Gentlemen. Every other DJ, fuck them.
Yeah, it can't be DJ AM for obvious reasons. So boom. Okay. All right. Moving on.
Yeah. Okay. Where do we go? You had to get that one in. All right. Let's get on out of here. A little long on this episode, but hey, it's been 2 weeks without Kyle. We got to celebrate here. We out here. All right.
Make it up.
So I just wanted to say thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. If you like what you hear, you can follow along on social media. We're on Facebook. We have a Facebook group linked in the description, but we also have, if you search the Tone Jerks, you'll find the group. Join it. We're having fun over there. And then we're on Instagram at the Tone Jerks. We're posting cool shit on the reg over there. And then we do have that Instagram contest that we're giving away a Bardic Audio Devices Bardo pedal. So make sure to follow us and Bardic Audio on there. And then if you really like what you hear, you can help support the show on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. You get a whole whole back catalog of all the episodes.
Baby Got Back catalog.
Yeah, they got baby back. Anyways, we got over 180 episodes, and they're different episodes. We're not just posting the same fucking shit on both platforms. Different episodes, fresh ones. We got them all back from I think we started episode 11, and then we've done double episodes, bonus episodes on there. It's a lot of
bonus on bonus on bonus on bonus.
Oh, it's a lot of bonus
on Bone Nuts, actually, too.
Bone Nuts jerks over there on that one. So, just for the support, we wanted to give you a huge shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got the list ready?
I am ready and waiting.
Yeah,
and willing.
You got the digital list going. We're stepping shit up. It's 2021, baby. Kyle,
the mind is willing, but the body is spongy and bruised.
Kyle, why don't you give it to?
All right, I got Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove. I think he's getting a little too cocky. I think we should probably move him down.
Oh, he's the first.
He gets first listed every time.
He's like number one, which is
I'm the leader.
Was it
he's first over the finish line every time.
Yeah, you're all second.
Not always. It's always good to finish first. I tell you that.
Well, hey, sometimes you got shit to do.
Busy.
Andrew Walsh has got shit to do.
We're not assuming anything. By the way, Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Doug Christ from 37 Effects, Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and Just Surprise Me.
The brothers Doug.
The brothers.
Wait, was it Tone Control? Dug Out? God damn, that's good idea.
Dug Out, yeah. Yeah, we'll let them have that.
No, we should just fucking steal it. Fuck them.
We got the Doug House though, so we're good.
Yeah, the Doug House.
We got they're just big fans of Doug the cartoon, so they had their parents when they were being born. They
yeah, I gotta
pick the name before the show was even coming out. I'm pretty sure both.
Well, I got a
they can tell the future.
I got a Skeeter for you.
Skeeter,
right here, pal.
That was such a horrible show. I think the art design, and the voices were horrible.
Patty mayonnaise,
but the plot line pretty good. No, I'm just kidding.
There was no plot.
That's the worst.
He was just some dumb kid, and he just
hey guys,
yeah. And I watched it all the time.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that
Ate
much.
It up.
And I kind of always thought of
monsters.
I like that. That was a really, really dumb show.
Yeah,
I liked a lot of dumb shit as a kid.
Yeah, you still do.
No, I mean, I was watching Muppet Babies, the new Muppet Babies, with my 5-year-old nephew, and I'm like, this is a good show.
Some good shit.
And I'm like, this is great shit. And I'm like, oh man, and he loves it. He loves that. He's so stoked on that show. I'm like, I was like, there was a Muppet Babies when I was a kid. He's like, he kind of looked at me like, we're not going to watch it, are we?
Yeah,
and I was like, I could pull. There's a playlist of the 80s and 90s Muppet Babies that we could watch on YouTube. He's like, his jaw was like
open.
We're not gonna watch it, are we? I'm like, no, I guess not.
Not with that attitude.
Like, look here, you little shit.
All right, we have Joe from.
We're in the list.
Yeah, he's from Just Surprise Me also. And Master of the Cinematic Universe.
That's a topic for Just Surprise Me, like the Muppet Babies, right?
Yeah.
That's the topic.
Maybe Garbage Pail Kids, too. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I think of.
Vile Kyle.
Yeah.
And Crying
Brian. Is there
Brian.
Vile Kyle?
There's got to be. It's probably Frying Brian, I think it was what it was.
Frying Brian.
Yeah.
We have Will Lehue from the Just Surprise Me podcast also. Jamie Davis. Johnny Ray, Jason Fuzzmonger, Steve Mike from Hardly Human, Steve Ralph from 60 Cycle Hum, Colin Smith, Kevin E. Quits from E. Quits Guitars. Co Schneider from the Flippin' Flippers podcast. Alvaro Viramontes. Brian Nutter from Nutter Guitars.
Yeah, Brian's got a lot of guitars. He's bringing to
Selling on
NAMM.
Reverb?
No, he's got a lot of them. He's bringing to NAMM. I'm like,
Dang.
you're not going this year, right?
No, I'm not going to be able to make it.
Even though you're so close.
Yeah. It'd be a short flight, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I was like, seeing all the guitars he's got, he's bringing a bunch of different designs. Make sure to check him out at NAMM. We'll be there in spirit.
Yeah. Mel Chibson of Chibson Guitars. Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. Sean Fahey. Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects. By the way, did you catch that JHS thing they did?
I almost
that was
never.
Really cool.
I almost never.
I always miss that show.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, they're like, it's a cool live show. It's done like a show, and I'm like, and
yeah,
then
it was actually really good production. I think, too. It was fun.
It's killer. And then I saw Sean was on there. I'm like, oh my! Both pedals got a lot of love. So a lot of Lollygagger love over there.
I'm stoked for Sean. And I'm actually even more stoked for JHS that they are looking at good pedals now.
Yeah.
Instead of their own pieces of shit. All right.
Why don't you stop looking at the mirror, you bitch, and go look at some good pedals like Sean's?
Yeah. Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects. Mike Oxbig. Hugh G-Rection. The boys are back in town.
The boys are back in town.
The big old boys.
It's like the double doors or whatever. They open way before they walk in the door.
Yeah, we got a good old cockfight on hands here, boys.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, sorry. Zach Hale. Eric Merrow from Elm Effects. Yeah. Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop podcast. We have Tim Noack from Bardic Audio Devices. We have a giveaway. Instagram. Get on it. Check out the rules and regulations.
No rules, just right.
No rules, pasta.
Yeah.
Outback Steakhouse. Jonathan Jeruzik from 12th Hour Devices.
Yeah.
Tyler Rhines from Casey's Riff Room. Still haven't updated that.
Yeah.
But he's getting some love still. Gotta love him.
Yeah.
Love him, hate him. I don't know. Matthew Finslaw. He's pretty active in the group. If you don't know who he is,
he's actually really fucking rad in the group.
Yeah.
Check out, join the fucking group just for his fucking post.
Yeah. I gotta know who won that bracket contest.
Yeah.
Which we didn't even mention was going on.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know what was going on.
we
But I'm pretty sure I won.
Yeah.
So sexiest gear podcast host. So
we all won. Everybody.
Yeah.
Young Kings know your worth.
Yeah. We got Addison C. And then we have Michael McVeigh.
All right. Cool.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting.
Thanks, everyone. Yep. Kyle, you stole my line, but that's it. We will see you next time. We love you.
All right. Bye.